Hello my dear students. Today let us study a new topic, that is reproduction in human beings. You may notice certain changes in your body when you grow older. Your height increases, weight increases, the first teeth, that is the milk teeth, is replaced by the permanent teeth, and so on. These changes are the general process of growth. But when you reach at the time of teenage, that is your present age, now you can see some other changes, physical as well as physiological changes. Some changes are common to both girls and boys. For example, hair growth in the armpits, genital area, etc. Face become more oily and sometimes pimples also develop. These changes. Okay. But there are certain changes which are different in boys and girls. For example, in the case of girls, at the time of teenage, breast development, nipples become more darker, they start to menstruate, these changes happen. In the case of boys, their eyes start to crack, their penis occasionally enlarge and erect, facial hairs appear, these changes happen. Why these changes happen at that time? These are all the indication of sexual maturity. Because I told you, in multicellular organisms, special cells are there. These are called germ cells. These are capable of achieving the sexual reproduction. So in order to produce these changes are needed. And that phase of sexual maturity is known as puberty. Okay, so these changes not happen all of a sudden. Okay, it is a slow process. It takes months. And sometimes some people show these changes so early, sometimes some people show later only. It depends upon the body nature of the person. And anyhow, these changes altogether help to achieve sexual reproduction. So, today we can first study how the organs are arranged in the male and female body for this sexual reproduction. First male reproductive system, then female reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes, some ducts, glands, external genitalia, etc. Testes are the principal organ of male reproductive system. These are oval bodies placed outside the abdominal cavity. Note that point, it is not inside. It is placed outside the abdominal cavity in a sac called scrotum. Because you know the male gametes, that is sperms, are formed inside the testes. But the formation of sperms require a temperature lower than normal body temperature. So, it is placed outside the abdominal cavity. Okay. Moreover, the testes produce the male sex hormone called testosterone, which bring about the secondary sexual characters in the male. Okay. And from the testes, the sperms are transported through a duct called vas deferens. These vas deferens unite with the duct from the urinary bladder. You know, urinary bladder finally opens in the urethra. So, urethra is the common passage for both sperm and urine. And along the passage of the vas deferens, in the pathway of vas deferens, you can see two glands, seminal vesicle and prostate glands. The secretion of these glands produce a fluid which makes the transport of sperm easy, as well as it provides nourishment to the developing sperm. Okay. And the sperm along with that fluid called semen that comes out through the penis. Okay, that is about the male reproductive system. Now we can examine the female reproductive system. reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts or fallopian tube, a muscular uterus, cervix and vagina. Okay. Ovaries are placed inside the abdominal cavity. And in the case of a small girl, when the girl is born, at that time itself, thousands of immature eggs are present inside the ovaries. But when that girl reaches up to the puberty, then the egg gets matured and every month one egg is released from the ovary. And the released egg is collected by the fallopian tube or the oviduct. Okay. And during sexual contact, the sperms enter inside the female reproductive system. It reaches the fallopian tube and fertilization takes place there in the fallopian tube. An important point, fertilization, the meeting of male and female gamete, fusion of male and female gamete takes place in the fallopian tube or oviduct. Okay. And the oviduct opens into a muscular bag-like structure called the uterus. So after fertilization, the zygote, it becomes embryo that gets implanted into the inner wall of the uterus. Okay. And uterus has enormous amount of blood vessels and it develops or it arranges all the things for the development of an embryo inside the uterus. It opens outside through the cervix and vagina. Okay. And that is about the structure of female reproductive system. I told you, after fertilization, zygote is formed. It undergoes division and produces the embryo, which is attached or implanted into the uterus. Okay, where it develops. And how do this developing embryo gets nourishment? At that time, a special structure develops in the uterine wall, and that is known as the placenta. It is a special disc-like structure. Okay, and it contains small finger-like villi on the embryonic side and large blood spaces on the mother side which surround the villi. It increases the surface area and through which the exchange of material takes place between the embryo and the mother's body. The embryo gets oxygen and glucose through the placenta from the mother's body, and the placenta also helps to remove the waste materials generated in the embryo to the mother's body. Okay, and moreover, this placenta releases certain hormones also which is necessary for maintaining the pregnancy. And the development of the embryo inside the uterus takes almost 9 months. After the completion of the development, fully developed fetus comes out through the vagina by the rhythmic contraction of the muscular uterus. Okay. That is the case of embryonic development. But what will happen if the egg is not fertilized? Because every month one egg is released from the ovary. So all the time it is not ends in fertilization. So what will happen to that egg? That we can study in the next class. Okay.